That's
she say she
dangerous.
doesn't watch? Didn't she tell King Payne the other night she doesn't watch what Goomba does because she got stuff to do?
Yes, she does.
Yes,
She
but you
watches
know
him all the time.
She
something
watches
else.
all, and she watches
That's the
everybody. She
They
only
doesn't.
way
watch
she
each
can.
other. Come to find out,
Yeah,
Hmm? What?
What
yeah.
Goomba's girlfriend pulled up on Sugar Love's panel today.
I've
Mm.
never watched her. But what was interesting is this girl that is one of the mods on King Payne's page, who he hates Denot hates him,
Uh huh.
was in because I always look at the chats, was in Denot's chat, like, yeah, like I agree with you, such and such, right? And then I was like, I wanted to go in, like, aren't you one of King Payne's mods? And then I noticed her also when that lady made that video about the knot. She commented on that video. So
Jaguar did
no, this lady that is one of King Payne's, uh,
moderators.
yes, she was in the Notch chat agreeing with the Knot.
Uh huh.
And Denat and King Payne are they're
They're
feuding,
beefing,
and
right?
That ain't
she's
got nothing to do
part.
with that woman though. She got a right to her own.
No, but
I,
it's just
Agreed.
it's funny because when King Payne talks about him, she's like, yeah, yeah, and when the Knot was talking about, oh, King Payne, she's like, oh, yep, and then when that lady was saying about the Knot's business, she's in the chat like, I never liked him, and I'm like, girl,
this is
Well,
all for
wow.
entertainment.
Oh, if
This is
she's
This
all
being
for
twisted,
entertainment.
if she's
not
twisted, that's another story.
I
She
mean,
just,
there was an issue. I don't even
she's
want to
doing
go
what
into
people
that.
do. People go back and forth between people's channels all the time.
all
Yeah,
the
Right,
time.
That's
right.
what people
I
do.
go
Me,
to a lot of different channels and watch, and there are a few that I follow that I actually get up on the panel because what they're saying is interesting,
right.
and I
Dr. Cindy and I actually had to jump up on Just's platform this
yeah.
week to address an individual, and it's like people are like chasing the clout, if you will. You know
That's
what I
it right
mean?
Yeah.
there.
Or
Peace
they're
evening,
That's it.
y'all. The
I'm not
couch
Yeah,
saying
that's
boom.
yeah,
so it's like
that's
Hey,
one
Saint, how you
content
doing?
creator
if
I've
you
been
don't want to
on
be
the
involved,
panel.
I'm
don't
not
get
saying
involved. Don't
I'm
say
But
not
at the
saying
anything
same
about that
time,
content
everyone
creator
should
that
know.
you have to pay for later. That's all
I'm
I'm
not
saying.
saying she
If
shouldn't
you
Yeah.
still
she
rock with
I
shouldn't
him,
um
I
then you
got you,
ain't
I
Saint.
finna
would
do me
never
right. Then sit
I
back and
got you.
watch.
I would never really um I don't I want to refrain from what I call the schoolyard antics that I
It
facts.
see on
was.
here um between content creators because there are too many here that I just enjoy
Ain't nothing wrong
listening
with that.
to, watching, and
Exactly. And you should feel
they
free
may be
to.
beefing with each other, but that's not going to stop me from
No,
watching
but
them.
what
Oh
And
my
I'm
God.
saying, if
But
I'm
but
Bella's
my boycott is and I stand for that 10 toes down is that everybody should have the right to go to their favorite CCs. If they're
Whatever they
not getting
want.
along, they may get
Hmm.
along
no,
next week. And then
I
you're left out the box because
Looking
you're mad at
crazy.
hmm
me because I
Listen, no
was
one's
over
feeding
in
me,
that
no,
financing
CC's
me, or fucking
chat
me. No one's
because you were
paying my
mad at
phone
them. No,
bill.
I'm not gonna be
I
I
in
got you,
that.
Saint. I
I
want to give
agree
Saint
with
Hudson an opportunity to jump in. I know we already
Oh,
started the
that's my
conversation,
girl.
but
Let her up.
let me give let me get she's up. She's
Okay.
up.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. I
Can
hope
I
y'all can
just
hear
sneak
me
this
because I
this
am on
one
my
thing in?
AirPods.
I just want to
But
Yeah, we
sneak one thing in. It's
no
I'm
one.
yeah.
not saying she shouldn't have the
Sorry,
opportunity,
Saint Hudson.
but if I'm Della's moderator and she trusts me, right?
I don't see it
And
that way. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna speak for me since you brought my name in it.
okay,
Miss Naders, Cindy, Dr. Cindy, y'all can go any the fuck where you want. Y'all can watch what any the fuck you want. You can agree and comment any way the fuck you want. If y'all don't agree with me, y'all know who to talk to. If somebody says something about me and y'all go somewhere and agree with it, that I don't give a fuck. I've been
okay,
grown for a long time.
I
I
feel
don't
Amen.
you.
feel like
But I'm not
anybody
gonna
has
let
to do.
that happen. But okay.
I would hope that
Right.
you won't,
I
but
like
I
to
can't
stay with the
control.
subject at hand. I don't like to talk about the
Yeah.
content creators
That's
necessarily.
what I'm saying
Only
is the
thing with the
problem.
only exception of every now and then I will say something about something a content creator put on their show.
We have a
No,
culture here. Let me say
And
this.
and I found it is easier just to use initials rather than, because a number of the content creators don't like you to put the name of the content creator in
right.
the chat.
Let me
So
establish
I'll,
this
you
here
know.
because
Hmm.
we're establishing a culture here. And I've said several times the only time you will find that I break down an interviewer, a host, a content creator is if they're part of the problem. If
Hmm.
what they're putting out right
Mm.
now is if their behavior and their interaction or lack of whatever is part of the problem, then I will break them down. But I don't have no issues with
And
nobody.
that's your prerogative as the host.
Well, I
That's
try to
your
maintain.
prerogative
No,
as the
that's the
host.
culture of this show.
Right.
Hmm.
That's the culture of this show. I'm not gonna have anybody
Hmm.
coming up here bad talking Sean Davy Way, King Payne, nobody, because
Right.
it's not professional. And I don't create that kind of
Exactly.
environment where you can come over here and bad talk somebody because you're not allowed in their chat.
Yep.
No, it's
You're not gonna
That's
just
use me
that's
that way.
fair.
it's
You're not gonna
That's
just
use
fair.
me
If
Hmm.
that
they're
way.
not here to
Now,
to defend
That's called
themselves,
carrying
then
mm,
yeah.
bones.
now
it's
That's right.
if we're watching a piece of work, and somebody is not doing what they're supposed to do to make things right, like we watched King Payne allow Jag to say over and over again that she was going to threaten
Yeah.
people and their children, that we need to talk
That
about.
was wrong.
And all the things that I say in that moment are particularly related to that moment, but you haven't seen me talk about that man's anything outside of
That's right.
those things.
That's right.
right. That's
Okay,
I
Well,
so
he
this
I
isn't
did
a
make
get
a
place
that.
where
And you
mistake.
made it a point. You made it a point to say in this moment. I remember
in
that.
this moment,
Right.
because
In this
anybody who
moment.
knows me knows I don't sit up and talk about people. I don't.
Well, that's what
I
my
don't.
thing
It's not my
is that
nature.
he
Okay,
was.
Saint Hudson, you want to chime in, sweetheart?
Yeah, go
Yes.
ahead.
Personally, I'm not going to like. It's not getting cafeteria style with me. This is not a cafeteria table. I just turned 40 last week. Nobody
Oh,
on
go ahead,
YouTube is
girl.
feeding me, financing me, or
Mm-mm.
fucking me. Nobody is paying my
Mm-mm.
phone bill or my cable bill, my
I'm
Wi-Fi
trying to
bill,
get
or
fucked,
nothing
girl.
like that. I'm
Get him,
not being
girl.
obligated. And even when I am a
Mm-mm.
moderator in chat, I'm not getting a paycheck out of none of these motherfuckers.
To windmill for
It's getting
nobody.
exactly. I don't bear no flags. I'm not part of nobody's like culture. Nah, it's getting really cultish in a lot of these
And
channels.
see, I don't
And when
feel
I
like
see it
my
get like that,
moderator's job. I don't feel like my. I'm gonna interrupt you for 1 second, Saint Hudson,
go
because you
on.
said something I want to build on. If it's okay, please forgive me for
No,
being rude.
for real, for
But
real.
I don't feel like it's my moderator's job to defend me or to kick anybody out who says anything negative about me. The only time anybody's been kicked out was because they started saying crazy stuff about black people and white people and just causing disruption in the chat or showing their penises and stuff like that. If y'all got a
Hmm.
negative opinion about me, type on. We appreciate your engagement. I ask you
I
to thumbs up or thumbs down.
I think you guys are misunderstanding me. I'm not saying she should have fought him.
I'm not talking
I'm
about you.
saying,
No, I'm not.
oh,
I'm not
okay.
talking about you
I,
either. I'm just
We're
saying
not
in
talking about you.
general
You
how
just
it
brought
oh,
up a
gets.
good
okay.
Like people
conversation.
take that moderator. They take like a lot of other content creators, not
Girl,
even
so
Delacreme at all. And I'm not even
religious.
a moderator or a channel, but a lot of moderators start feeling obligated. I've noticed on other channels to take it
Because a lot of
outside of,
content creators make them feel that way.
yeah, and it gets very weird. And they'll take it. They'll start
Very weird.
stalking people outside of YouTube on other social media, not even on YouTube, and
Yeah,
not even
it's a
off of their
lot.
lives. They'll take it on Instagram, on
Yeah, we don't
social,
do that
like
over
on
here.
other like it gets really weird and it
We
gets
don't do that over
stalkerish.
here.
And
Right.
it's like, oh,
That's
and then
here.
they'll be like, oh, well, I saw you on Bigo or Instagram, and you were saying XYZ, and or you were on somebody else's channel, not even saying
Right.
anything derogatory about this certain content creator, but they know that maybe they had a, or maybe you won't even know that they had a beef back in 2018, and they
Because
don't
people get
particularly
new
like
Right.
this person, and
subscribers
you're like, I
every
didn't even
single
know such and
day.
such at this time. What
The
do
You
you
get
yeah,
mean?
it's
Like you were
starting to
talking to like
become
what?
where the
cultish.
I'm
subscribers,
fucking wrong.
especially if you're a
Hmm.
popular sub, like I know that some of us are popular subs where we see each other's commonly in, in the chats that are like popping and we keep it lit
Hmm.
or whatever.
Hmm.
They know,
You
everybody
know
know
Susie
who
don't
they
talk to
are, the
Sally.
stars
I
or
didn't know
whatever.
Susie
There,
and
some
Sally
of
had
them
a
are
beef
here
in
tonight.
2018.
And
Yeah, they
so
are.
they'll get mad at you if they see you over in another CC's chat
I
and then
cannot.
you get attacked and then it's like, well, damn,
Yeah.
I can't.
like, so I'm not allowed here anymore,
I be
or
looking for y'all,
like,
cause I be looking for y'all. If I go in, I'm just, or if I go to that other little nigga that y'all mentioned earlier, if I go to some other places, I look for you guys because I know how you think. And I know you're
Right.
gonna keep it
Mhm.
lit. I know y'all ain't gonna let no bullshit pass by. And I'll be like, there
Mhm.
they go. Cause I'll be
Yep.
working sometimes and can't get involved. And so I'll be watching. I don't feel like ownership of anybody. I'm grateful that you guys joined me tonight.
Yeah,
but
and
it's
I'm
almost
thankful
to
that
the
you
point,
respect me.
It'll
right?
be
Well,
like
But
what
I
Susie
thought
it's
that was
didn't
so
say.
nice of you.
It'll be something
yeah,
like this.
because
It'll
you
be
don't want
like
to
this.
get
It'll be like
blocked.
Susie didn't say happy birthday to Sally's mother when we had a birthday party for Sally's mother back in 2018, and now you know they don't talk. And you be like,
Right,
I didn't even know Sally back in 2018.
right,
I wasn't even on
right.
her YouTube
It's
channel.
that
So what are you
petty.
talking about? Meanwhile, they was in Sally's bushes and they saw that you was like kikiing with her on her panel last night on her live. So now they went back and told Sally,
Look,
and now you not allowed on her lives anymore. And you like, I didn't even know neither one of these bitches back then. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah,
right. If
you
it's
guys,
funny, I'm gonna laugh. Like,
many
it's
of you have
not coming
probably
out of my
seen me.
mouth.
Like
if
what?
if
You guys have
somebody say
probably seen.
something funny about me, you're gonna laugh. So
Either one
like,
of them
it
paying
to be,
my
you
phone
guys gotta
bill.
be fair. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
just for
yeah.
entertainment.
you can't attack us like that. Like,
It's
Or
just
that's
for
better
not
yet, either
entertainment.
cool.
one of them paying you to be a moderator to stalk me
Nope.
Right.
and run
Nope.
back and tell.
Well, I don't know who made you mad, Miss T, on Perry's channel the other day, but
What?
on Perry's
Oh,
channel, somebody
What
pissed you off.
happened?
And I was like, hey, girl, that's my boo. I love her when you came up and you were like, la, 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 and I'm just going to
okay.
tell you. And
Because
then
the
you got,
simple fact of my father is a computer scientist. Okay, so if I wanted to know where that person was sitting at, the ordinates, exactly where they're sitting,
oh, right.
to drop
If
a bomb of Hiroshima on their
Ooh,
ass,
ooh, no,
I
no, no, not
could.
in here.
But I was not going to do that for the simple fact of what they did was
Mm-mm.
they duplicated my picture and they were putting comments in the chat as Perry was, going on with his show. And
Are
I
you
didn't appreciate
serious?
that shit. So I gave them one simple warning, and that was that, which was that I'm on your ass.
wait,
Period.
they were
They
using your picture as their
as that.
avatar?
They had the same picture that I have up here posing as
Mm-mm.
myself.
Mm-mm.
Oh, no.
Uh-uh. Mm-mm.
Because you
Mm-mm.
snapped. I was like, hey,
And they
girl,
had
you.
my name. Yeah, I sure did. I went up there. I gave my respect to Perry, doing a great job on your on your get back or whatever. I don't even remember what
Mm-hmm.
I said. I was so mad. But it's just
Mm-hmm.
like the audacity. My thing is, wherever I'm at, there's a stream yard. If you don't like what I'm stating or if you don't like what I'm saying in the chat, it's always the opportunity to address me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'll take it that far to where I'm ruffling anyone's feathers. So if you
No.
take the time to take my picture and duplicate me as a person, then
That's
you
too
got a
much.
problem.
That's too much.
Yeah, that is too much. I
That's
Yeah.
was
too
worried
much.
about you. I was like, where's my baby?
That's
So
too
I'm
much.
on their ass.
She
Let me
was
see it
like,
again.
she's like, you know where I'm at? And then she got off. I was like, damn, where'd she go?
I told them, you know where
Yeah.
I'm at and you know where I'll be.
And they wonder why people come up here and never show their face.
That's what I'm saying. Like, catch the link. Like,
They
I'll
call
be
people
civil.
cowards. They
I'll
call people
be
cowards
civil.
because they do entire shows and never show their face. They don't want to have to deal with this kind of mess. People just
Yeah.
don't want to have to deal with the kind of
At the end of the
mess.
day, I'm an empath.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
And I'm an
just
A
don't
pass.
play with me. I'm
I don't
I'm
feel
not a
shit for your
kid.
ass.
I don't color in coloring books.
Nope. And I don't have
I
to
don't
justify
play
shit I
Uno
say. I
unless
don't
I'm
even show
playing with a
receipts half the
kid.
time. If I said something, I
Do
fucking
not
said it.
play with
If
me.
you don't believe it,
I'm
that's
not
on
the
you.
one, the two, or the three. I'm the
Yeah.
infinity. I will
Well,
fuck your life up.
let me clear that up real quick. I just want to make sure I feel in my spirit. I just want to make sure Miss Jennifer knows we weren't talking about you and all those things that we
No.
said. You brought up a good subject that needed to be addressed since this channel is growing and we're
Yes,
all growing a
I
culture
believe
here
that's
because
what it is.
people
that
come
was
over
an
here
excellent
and
subject.
they don't, yeah, they don't know. That's what Miss T Taylor Baby was saying earlier when Peppermint was in here. This ain't that channel. This ain't
I
that
missed
No,
ratchet
that. I
bullshit.
wasn't here.
Okay, so it's kind of interesting because we had somebody on the panel earlier who kind of was disrespectful, and Miss T Taylor Baby addressed it, and she basically was like, "This y'all might there's a lot of content creators out here, but this ain't the place to come and be ratchet." Basically, is what I got from what she said.
I let her do her thing. I didn't
Yeah,
interrupt her. You know what I'm saying?
it won't happen
I
again.
wasn't on the nigga shit vibe tonight.
Yeah,
You know
it
what
won't
I'm
happen
saying?
again. It
You
won't
know,
happen
but
again.
anytime you want it, I could give it to you.
Well,
But
I'm
I just
sorry to
didn't
put you
have
off too,
time
man.
at that
But
point
look
in
at me
time.
apologizing
You
again.
know, I just left it where it was at. But I mean, come on now.
But I
You
think it's
you
I don't mean to cut you off, but the reason why I think it's important that Jennifer brought that topic up is because people do come here from a lot of different channels and a lot of different environments. And in this particular area, we lit, but we're not childish and we're not messy. This is not the
Hmm.
place where you'll come and hear me drag a bitch for an hour and just sit
no.
behind a mic and spill somebody's tea. I ain't trying to get to know nobody's kids or their homes or their men. I ain't trying to listen. None of
You
that.
know, yeah, the doxing,
You
the
mean
I don't
you're
get
not
DC
into
gonna
none of that.
post
breeds and all that
pictures?
kind of stuff.
And it's
Miss
not
me
a
with
panel
all
full of
that.
hypocrites too,
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not.
because there's a
It's
lot of
not.
that going
It's not.
on.
It's not. And so it is important to me. I do believe, and I'm gonna say this the way I feel like I need to say it. In Black culture, we have many classes, and one class doesn't represent all of us. That's why it was important for me to say, no, not everybody has been in the
that's
game
what I
because
was
I
trying to
wasn't.
say. Yeah.
Too many times as Black channels, there's this beef ratchet sector thing that tends to be the calling card, and I'm not having that over here
Yeah,
because
the
I don't
keeping
live
it
like
real,
that.
the keeping it real crew. It
Where
Well,
was
most of
keeping
almost
it
them,
as
real
though
goes wrong.
it was
they can't write an essay
like
though.
it was
So
a
anyway,
badge of honor or something to
Well,
have
see,
been ratchet, you know.
I
what
don't I
what
don't live that way.
They don't
what
have
I
they
surprised
sure
don't have
did,
me,
Bonnie
resumes.
B.
They can't
I
write a
think
resume. Probably never presented a cover letter in their life.
what surprised me is that how OKP is about the Crown family, such and such.
He's
Oh,
invested a lot of
those.
time and a lot of effort into that crew, I
Well,
must
that's what
say.
I'm saying.
And
That's
it's
why I
just
was
a
surprised.
disaster, and I feel sorry for him at this point in time. I really do. Because I was Crown Family, I was a mod. I went to his first milestone party. I met him. Sean Davy Way was there, yes. You know, and other people was there that I got to meet or whatnot. I was only able to attend the first day because I was dealing with my fiance's health at that time. As you know, he has passed on, but moving
Mm.
forward, um
I'm
you
sorry. What
know
did you say?
he passed away last year.
Who did?
Passed
Who?
away in February. He had cancer.
Who was
Who?
that?
My fiance.
I am
Oh,
so
baby, I'm
sorry,
sorry.
love.
Oh, my
Yeah, that's
Yep,
condolences.
yeah.
very sorry to hear that.
No,
Girl, you
it's
said that like
I
Right, you
know.
kind of said it fast. That's why I was like, wait,
That's
who?
why that
I
puppy
thought
yeah,
is
you talking
next to
about
but
me every
OKP.
second of the day.
no,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Every day gets better. But
Miss T,
moving
somebody called you out to a fight. It's one true Prince Empress though. I believe that's gonna be fun. You guys should do that.
what
Nah,
what
she's sending you a shout out in the chat.
Oh, hey, Empress.
That could be read
No,
so many different ways. I love that I know what you mean.
yeah, no, I'm not looking for any, sympathy or anything like that. That's something that I could have been put out there. I mean, usually people know this, but
Mm,
it's not for me to keep, stressing or whatnot. He's in a
mhm,
better
He's
place.
still
He's
with
not
you.
suffering anymore. He was very sick.
Right.
But
mhm.
moving forward, I just say that to say, that young man put a lot of effort into what he was trying to do, and I'm not trying to be on his side or be unbiased to what's going on.
Just be
Yes, i
fair.
don't i don't think that it was right for him to post those pictures outside that man's home like that.
Mhm,
That's an issue.
Exactly.
You know what I
mhm.
mean? But to call
It's
it,
going too far.
as call it out like as a LGBTQ issue or whatnot, I just thought that was just, it was people looking
Mhm.
for a moment. And it's
Well,
like
it
you gotta
was.
be careful how you move on these YouTube streets because you could look crazy,
Well, there
and
was
that's
And
how
get
that
That's to
locked
watch
up.
individual was
OKP.
looking.
You know
That
what
could
it
have
is?
been
It's sad to watch him just throw it all away and like do what he's doing and just watch him because he did have so much potential and
It's
to just
like
watch
watching him
him.
just
Mm.
go down in
Yeah.
flames, like, and then that, the personality change, the attitude change is, like, like, I don't know, you changed, like, I get that. And yes, it is hurtful if you've been a person that's been supporting when, you know what I'm saying. I remember when you only had, 300 people in your chat every night, and then, you getting a little bit of traction because the Jaguars crazy ass. Okay, so what's gonna happen when she goes away? You're
Mhm.
looking lost like you've been looking when she was gone.
well.
You got
That's
to
Right.
my
say she's gonna be there, or you got some content on her. It's sad to see. Like, you don't have to. You gonna have your time. It's coming.
Mhm.
that
But he don't want to be patient.
that was my
Uh-huh.
question. That was my surprise because they almost are cult-ish. Him, SDW, and then Jags people. So
Mm-hmm.
it is almost it was surprising to me, to say the least, to see her then in someone else's chat who agreeing with them about him.
Hmm.
So that
But
was what was
but the
surprising.
thing is that's clearly the first thing I put when I'm a moderator. This channel is for entertainment
That's
purposes
it.
only. You are here
That's
to
it.
be entertained. You're not here to be harassed. You're not here to be doxxed. You're not here to be placed up on a panel and to be questioned, you know, about where you been and who you been hanging with, as a badge of loyalty to a CC. That's not even fair.
The doxing is
When you're not
crazy.
around, hey, I like YouTube is a hobby for some people.
It is for
When
me.
I'm not
It is
working,
for me
or
too.
when I'm cleaning up my house, I'm a replay gang. If I'm doing this here and I miss somebody else that I didn't get to see tonight, they may be my replay game while I'm cleaning up tomorrow or something.
Well,
Right.
I'll
They
You
may
know
tell
be
what
you
my
it is?
what.
replay game while I'm making breakfast in the morning. You know what I
But
mean? But
people,
don't take that kindness for weakness. Don't take my loyalty for weakness.
Right,
Because I could unsubscribe and I don't have to see you.
right.
people
Period.
like him, it happens all the time. And people like Delacreme and myself and I think Empress, like people that have an actual media background, like we've seen it all the time. People that like
Mhm.
are so hungry in the game, they will
Mhm.
latch onto any little glimmer, any little flicker that they think is the way up
And we just sit back and watch
so
them.
quick. And
We
they
just sit
don't
back
know
and
it's a
watch them.
steady, it's a slow burn. You gotta like really take your time with it and be careful on who you latch on to. Jaguar is not the way to go. She is
Yeah.
blacklisted. And
Yeah.
when they see, there's people that have been watching OKP and saw that he was delightful. They just, and they will, when they
I
see that you have
never.
potential, they're gonna
Yeah.
wait and they're gonna watch you to see how you move. They're not just
Yeah.
gonna give it to you straight ahead. And they will watch you latch on to something like Jaguar and they say, nah, man, because their money is important to them.
Well, I had never heard of
Yes, it
him
is.
or SDW before Jaguar started acting crazy.
And
I had
just
I
because
had never heard
I
of
have.
King Pain. I heard of I got in touch. I got into Sean Davy Way because of his coverage on Shanquella when there were other
Mm-hmm.
bloggers letting Gerardo and
He
everybody
did an
else.
excellent job
He
with
did an
that.
amazing
He
Excellent,
job.
did.
He set the
amazing
record
journalism, I
straight.
must say.
He did exactly what he was
Excellent.
supposed to do. He did the complete opposite with Jaguar and Angela.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The
But
complete
Sean is clean.
utter
He's
opposite.
he's mopping himself up with Jaguar. He's a little smarter than King is. But King, he you can tell he's hard headed,
But
and
was
he
it
was probably that way when
always
he's a child too.
Poppington? I'm Poppington. The girls are mad. You're mad. You're mad.
The
Like
arrogance and the like, he just the
No,
more you tell him
it
no, the more
wasn't.
he's gonna push back.
Yeah.
both of them.
And he just
That's
it's just too much. He just can't. No. First of all, no sponsor is gonna want to deal with this. They're
the
He
not.
don't have no
They're
sponsors,
not
do
going to
they?
risk. And just
I don't
because
think
she
either
had
one of them
Coca-Cola
have any
gave her a deal,
sponsors.
what, 25 years ago? He thinks that's like, why does this stuff impress him so much?
that's what I like. Why? Like I can't subscribe. I don't want to get notifications. If I see it, I happen to
Mhm.
catch it, it's fine. But I can't deal with the one with OKP. He doesn't come on till he has a certain number of people, and then back begging to make a quota and not playing this until I have
And
so
not
many
giving up the
likes and so much
content.
money.
Yes.
And then also then listening to SDW. Oh, the girls are mad. I have the exclusive hair flip or
The
Poppington,
arrogance is a total turn off too.
and I
You
can't.
would never see Barbara Walters be this arrogant. Even Oprah, you would never see them like talk about how fly they are. They would never
Well,
open a show with how lit they are and how much like
Mhm.
how many people are watching their show. You never see them come out their mouth like that
that was
Because
ever.
one
these,
thing.
excuse me, because these are professionals.
Oh, you're right.
They have
Well,
Even
doctorates.
Maury, like
They have master's degrees. They have bachelor's degrees. They're studying and honed in their craft. They don't make the news. You understand what I'm
mhm,
saying?
Yeah.
mhm,
Their attitude, and I mean, and I would hope to say that I'm akin to it. Their attitude and their approach to this thing is completely different than somebody who's trying to win a popularity contest.
Well,
right,
what's
even the
and
shock
that's
jocks,
what's
like Howard Stern, they don't do this type of shit.
Mm-mm.
You don't. This is not how you move. They
Howard
really
Stern has
do
a
need to take.
bachelor's degree in
Yeah,
broadcast
I know.
production.
right.
when,
well
But
when
one
Della,
and when
you got
people
to
that have like
understand the disrespect is at an all new high.
That's what I
Like,
was gonna say.
you know
And
what I
another
mean? It's
thing,
it's almost like, when you
It's
go in
dangerous.
there, you're
it's
under the
dangerous.
attack of the
Well, see,
puppet master, which is the CC that's in control at the current time,
and it
and you
puts
don't know what's going to happen.
you
well,
can't say anything in disagreement. You can't
Right,
ask them
you
right.
why
get
they're not.
blocked.
Yeah, yeah.
I do want to say one other thing that saddens me, and that is, as Black people, we are marginalized people, right? We're the minority. As gay Black men, they are even more marginalized and even more of a minority. And to hear official King Payne talking about uh what's gonna, Storm Monroe and Dookie Booty, and I bet he is shit running down his legs, and then to hear them talking about
Yeah,
Denot,
yeah.
and
I
then
I
hear
got
Denot,
yeah. That
and
was
like
one of the
I'm like,
reasons too why I got
we
away
It's
from
called
that.
projection.
it's but to
Very
they
much so.
need to be supporting each other and not in competition.
No, 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 no. You don't understand the spirit.
But that has
You don't understand the
honestly,
spirit. They want to be black women, and all we do is fight. So
I don't know if
They're
it's
just all a
that
copy,
per
carbon
se,
copy of each
but
other.
I mean, I'm talking
honestly,
about the caricature. I'm not talking about the
I
Hmm
know,
reality.
sweetie, but I'm saying in this situation right here, honestly, I truly believe that King Payne is offended because they basically mock him. They won't say his name. You know what I mean? Because if his name is said, he's going to get the traction. You understand what I'm saying? He's been
I don't
teasing and
want
going
nobody
after
say my
Storm
name.
Monroe forever
I don't want
in
nobody to say
almost
my
every
name.
video. It's been going on for a while. It's nothing new, and they've had beef ever since Storm Monroe has came
You
on
know what
as
Storm
a
Monroe is
mentor
gonna.
of Tasha K.
You know what
He
Storm Monroe is
came
gonna
for
have to do.
Armand and he came for OKP, and it's been on ever since. I
I'm gonna tell
must
you what
say.
Storm Monroe is
Energy
gonna
flows where
have to do.
attention goes.
Storm Monroe is gonna have to learn how to do what I always do. I confront every motherfucker that got a problem with me.
Well, yeah, well, he's
Hmm
been ignoring him all this time. Like I
It's not
said,
gonna
remember
work.
where I brought up the gross journalism not too
Mhm.
long ago? It's the same thing. And it's like, to me, OKP is not choosing his battles correctly. Okay,
Mm-mm.
you're on the Jack Raw train, and then you go right back to the Storm Monroe, beef
In the
or
same episode.
whatnot, the taunting, or
Mhm.
I mean, he had beef with Auntie Hammy. Now they're a collab. He had beef with Toxic Diamond. They made a truce. You understand what I'm saying? He even accused Toxic Diamond of unaliving her dog and put up a ransom for $250 if somebody could locate her dog because she hit her dog while she was on the live. So I mean, he's a prankster like that.
Mhm.
If people, but that's the thing. If you don't know him, you would think that that was a gross journalism
Mm.
moment, but it was
Mhm.
all the way around because you're growing as a CC, and you have
Mhm.
to you have to think before you move.
take a different
Well,
approach.
to
Right.
see those pictures that whoever took of Storm standing outside
I
his
was very
up
disappointed.
right apartment,
I
all
don't
he
even
was doing
remember
was
all these.
looking at his
Hmm.
phone. First of all, he's like, "Oh, look, he's on the phone with a man. He must be texting a man." And then a man walks up. The man could have been anybody, a cousin, a brother, anybody, and they
And
walked
what
in
if
the
it was a nigga
apartment
he
building.
fucking? Why do I don't care?
But
Yeah,
right,
like that.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, that's his lover. They walked into an apartment
That's his
building.
inside joke.
I
You know
know
what I
that
mean? But
I
it's
know
been
that they
going
go
on
back
for
and
like three
forth.
years.
I know they go back and forth, but to even let's say I didn't know that they went back and
That's
forth.
exactly. If
Like,
you
how is this
didn't know
entertainment
that,
to
you would
anybody?
take it on a different perspective. Like, oh my God, like
But
he's trying to expose this man. You
No,
right,
know,
this is
they call
journalism.
him Stormisha for God's sake.
What do you think would happen if Storm popped up in his channel and was like, "Bring me up"?
They would go back and forth.
And Storm needs to be do that because he. Let me tell you something. You can't be the doctor and put on a white lab coat and read all these motherfuckers and give them prescriptions, and this man is harassing you and you running.
I was just gonna say he's not innocent either.
no, I know
Because
that.
I've seen him dog walk black women. I've seen him dog walk you know
I
And
seen him
say
push a
he
white
celebrities
woman
dog
that
too.
walked
And
her
were
he did it to the Kardashians. But what is the resolution? What is the endpoint? What is the why? Why? What is the why?
oh Riri said
because I'm gonna
okay
tell you
people wouldn't
why.
let him up.
Because people will watch it. That's why.
But
Okay, so I
doesn't
guess
OKP
Storm
have
did
mouths
come
to
in the
feed?
chat.
Isn't he taking care of boys? Like what? And it's not getting him
That's what I'm
anywhere
saying.
because
He's a
apparently his
foster
bills aren't getting
parent.
paid.
Yeah, no, he's a foster parent or whatnot. Like you can't be out here on social
Mm-mm.
media. Like I told you, my father is a
Making those
computer
kind of
scientist, so
statements.
you know he be talking shit to me. Like you can't be out there doing that. Okay, if you're gonna be doing this, you can't be doing that.
No,
Hmm.
but
That's
that's
why I don't.
true.
You know,
Apparently
I
his
can't
hair,
have
Hmm.
Instagram for
his
certain
hair care
reasons
company,
because of my
his
father's job
products aren't getting
entail.
sold. His bills aren't getting paid. Like what? Like giggling at what Storm is doing. How is
Hmm.
this How is this satisfying
And
any of his needs?
and listen, I'm gonna tell you how my bitch karma works. Okay, that live got demonetized
Karma is hitting like Hurricane
in the
Katrina at
middle
this
of the
point in
live.
time.
In the middle of the live, it got demonetized.
So
So
And
when
it's
he
like you
find
gotta.
he
That's
not.
what I'm saying. You gotta think before you move. Like I don't think he was thinking about the subject matter at hand. You know what I mean? And because a lot is going on this week, thankfully, like the SWV got traction, Jaguar got traction. You know what I mean? I think that saved him from people making him content or whatever.
And the way
But
his
a lot
channel
of
was
people
going
did make
before,
it
he would have
content.
Perry
the
gonna stay
way
on
his
his
channel
neck.
was going before, he could have had a sponsorship. He could have had like a water
I'm
company
sorry, Yoli, I'm
or
about to
like a company in his. He could have been sponsored by anybody, like a Raycon hair
Yep.
buzz, and he wouldn't have to be sitting there begging for cash app quotas.
Well, you know what? Like I said, I am not a fan of Donat at all.
Let me go
But
plug in my phone,
to,
y'all, since y'all mentioned that doo doo head's name.
I'm sorry. I
He
have,
could have
I'm
had
just
he could have
playing.
had a
Go
cool
ahead.
a fifteen hundred
what I
dollar
got to
sponsorship in his shows. He has the
I
gift
don't like
of
a lot of
gab.
what he does, but I'm starting to understand his his mission or whatnot, but I do think he's going about it the wrong way,
yeah.
if you will. Like he says one thing
Yeah.
and then he does another.
Well, my what I was going to say about that situation, I feel like it was wrong for that lady, first of all, to assume that he was mocking her. So then she put out what she thought she should about him and assume his medical, uh, that he, you know, assumed that he
Oh,
had HIV or
yes.
AIDS and put
Got
that out there. And then now Sean Davy Wade is making fun of him. And I'm saying,
Yeah, that's not
I don't,
nothing to
to play with.
it's not a lasting matter. Yes,
Exactly.
technology your medical technology is enhanced in this day and time. You could take preventative measures. HIV is no longer a death sentence, but at the same time, a person should not have to violate their HIPAA, in order to feel secure to carry on YouTube.